Hey guys, how's it going? This is Anthony Gray of Grayscale. Let's do something a little unconventional today. Um, Something everybody could do. I know some of the paintings that I post on here might be a little bit much for some of you, so I'm going to have a little fun with this one here. Okay? I'm going to take my little spray bottle. Nothing special. Take this, got 300 pound watercolor paper. Alright. Now I got paint on my palette, my little mini palette. And all I'm going to do, okay, is take some yellow and I mixed it with white. Very simple. Don't have to show you that. It's nothing but yellow and white. And I'm going to put it about here. And just go all the way down with it. Just like that. Nothing special. I'll spread the water a little bit more to get it nice and soupy-ish. Okay, I'm going to rinse off my brush. Okay, just rinsing out the yellow. Alright, and I'm taking some of this Cad Red and I'm going right at the top. The very top. Just like so. Some more red. Spray it a little bit. Spray down here a little bit because I want it to run. Okay. Go right into that yellow. Just like that. And just let it run on down. So I'm just oversaturating. There. It'll soften out, blend out, aim downward. Okay, and I'm just let it be. Rinsing off the brush. I have it directly. Obviously, I have it directly on the on my little easel here. Don't want too hard of a line, so I'm gonna just let it go ahead and do what it's doing. Okay. Just let it continuously run down. Yes, it makes quite a mess. Kind of the joy of it, really. I'll just let it run on down. I'll wipe up the excess with the rag. No big deal. Clean it right up. Now, as you see, there's a hard line there. No problem. I'm not really worried about the hard line. Because if there is one, just spray and you just keep going down. So don't worry about all of that. Just wipe off the excess. Just let it keep going down, doing what it's doing. Let it bleed away. Okay. But as you can see, as it's doing what it's doing, okay, you see how it's just feathering on down, bleeding on down. That's fine. It's no big deal. That I'm not worried about. Just let it go on down. Even if I want it to come down a little more here, okay. That's fine too. All it does is just straighten out, flatten out. Because the acrylic will not, it'll just keep going down. It'll spread out and just keep going straight down. Okay. Even all up there. Like I say, I really don't mind that. I'm not worried about all of this stringy stuff down here. I'm not worried about that a bit. Just let it keep doing what it's doing. Like, this is like the fun part. All I'm doing is just letting it, let gravity take its course. Let it keep doing it. Now, as it's doing that, I'm going into my phthalo blue. Just a little dot of that stuff there. I don't need too much of the phthalo blue. I'm going to go right up here in the top up here. But bring out the old trusty. Just tapping into the phthalo blue with the brush. That's all. Right up here up on top. And bam. Just like so. And let it keep running, running, running. I'm rinsing off the brush. That's all I'm doing. Let it keep running. It's okay. Let it keep running. Just like so. Just let it keep running. Let it keep doing what it's doing. Get rid of some of that mud off of here. And some of that away from this side. Do 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 do. Just let it keep running. Let it keep doing what it's doing. Now, as it's doing all of this disturbing pattern here, okay, I'm going to put a cutoff on it. Let it run a little bit more. We'll go further down. You too. Go further down. Keep on going. If I get a little bit of the rag wiping on the yellow here on the bottom, doesn't matter. This is not watercolor, it's acrylic paint, so when I do wipe it, see, it's still yellow. Okay, so I'm not worried about all of that. Okay, while it's up there doing all of that, let's go back up on top. Because I still want it a little more solid up there. As I'm streaking left to right, as you see, gravity just takes it down, it spreads, and keeps going down in the first place, so don't worry about all of that. Well, at least I'm not. And just wiping it. The paper is starting to buckle a little bit, but that's okay too. Get some of that out of there. Okay. Just let it keep doing what it's doing. It's all good. Rinse off this brush, move this to the side a little bit. Ta 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 ta. Okay, it's rubbing alcohol time. Right on the top. Right about Let's go above the paper, like that. Let's go above. Just let it run on down. Right up there. Give it a little bit up there. Do, 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 do. And just let it spatter on down. Let it keep trailing. I'm holding it back a little further. Do one of those numbers. Now this would give an entirely different look if it was laid flat. I have my room smelling like a hospital right now, but it's okay. Suffer for your art, I guess. Just keep wiping away. Some of the tape is loosening up a little bit because it's pretty soaked all up under here. Just keep letting it do it. Okay. Now, you see I've did all that, right? Still pretty damp, but that's okay. I'm going to take some yellow, just a tad bit of red, mix in there, get like a kind of orange color in there. There. Just like that. A little bit of red, a little bit more yellow. All up in here. Just like so. Just stir it around a little bit. A little bit in there. Stir it up a little bit. Now as I'm doing this, okay, something like that. A little more yellow white. Put it in there. Remember, white tends to get opaque on you. And I'm just going in a light circular motion. Like so. No more, no less. Bet you guys are just wondering, what the heck am I doing? All I did was play around with the yellow, phthalo blue, your yellow and white mix, phthalo blue, and red, the cat red. That's it. There. Clean off my brush. I got a little beater brush, beater rack on the bottom of a garbage pail down there. That's the sound you're hearing. Okay, let's put this brush away here. Don't think I'm gonna need too much of that anymore. Okay, somewhere down in here, I'm gonna add some some nice land down there. So I would go back into phthalo blue. That's all I'm putting on the palette. Nothing special, nothing, no special mix or anything. I'm just putting in phthalo blue. Cha 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 cha. Some more, some red. I'll mix the phthalo blue and the red together, equal amounts. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna dip a little sap green, just a little bit, in the mix because I want it really dark. All right. So it's like if it was a number, the red and the blue would be 5. Phthalo or the sap green would be a 3. Okay, I'm just taking my brush and I'm mixing it all together in one nice glop. Alright. It's a pretty dark, deep dark color here. And that's what I want. I want a color close to black, but not necessarily black. Black is a little harsh. Okay, and that's all I have on my brush. Okay? Now, since I've done that, and nicely taking the stickiness off of this, because I worked it pretty good. Usually I would leave it alone for about 20 minutes, turn the heater on. I got a little mini heater. It would dry up and I just press it back down, but I don't want to do that right now. I am going to put right about here. Right about there. And maybe something going upward like that. See? Nothing. It's all thick glob of that blue, green, and red. That's all that's there. I want this fairly dark, as you can see. I'm just grabbing more color. I'm really patting it on there because I want the darkness to really be solid on it. Okay. Which is why I'm going in the tapping motion. No medium at all on this paint. Just a solid right out the tube, just dark. No kind of light peeking through. None of that. Just dark. Now, does that give it an appearance of some kind of crazy sky? Kind of what I wanted. Anyway. I'm getting the last vestiges of dark I can. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to just keep it just like, I mean, it looks like little semblances of grass or whatever. But for what I'm going to put in here, it might as well be trees, really. And matter of fact, that's a good idea. I'm glad I thought of that just now. I'm going to put some of the tiniest pine trees in here. Something like this. Matter of fact, let me zoom in and let you look at what I'm going to do. 'Cause all it is the edge of the brush. Okay? I got to zoom in a little better than that. Let me zoom in for you. Put the camera downward. Alright, you see it over there? Watch. Dipping into the dark again. I got such a fine edge on this brush. And that's all I'm doing is, matter of fact, I want them to be a little taller. Like that. Taller around here too. And as dark as possible. If I see my brush getting a little crooked, but I'm turning the brush around, just continuing on. It's a slightly up and down motion. I'll put a big one right there. And don't cover all of your light. Okay. And maybe a nice giant right around there too. And I have a crooked twin like that. Put a big one here too. Just stagger it a little bit. like so. Okay, I'm going to pan the camera, let you see. See all that? Alright. And let's pull it back a little bit. There you go. Okay. There. Like so. Now that looked pretty cool or what? Doing this right off the fly. Sort of. I repeat, sort of. I don't think I want to have too many highlights on this darkness here. Okay. At least not that I know of. Because of what I'm going to put in here. After you see what I put in here, you guys are going to be like, oh. This painting probably won't appeal to many. But let's just say I'll be giving this most likely to my brother. If he likes this type of thing. So do I, that's why I'm doing it. Alright. Now, I got this fire sky happening. Okay, method to my madness here. See that type of mix? Artistically, how can you get it any other way than just a nice pour like that? Okay. And you can see that it's all faded. There's no hard edges here. Alright, so it looks like it's even further away. The stark, dark contrast to it. And get rid of some of those brush marks down here in the tree line. Some of that stark darkness sets it back. Okay, the paint is still wet, which is why I'm able to manipulate it the way I'm doing. But trust me, it's thick paint on top of paint on top of paint, so it's moving around nicely. Alright, like I said, I wanted to get rid of some of those tree lines that was coming below the dark part. I wanted to get rid of that totally. So all I have is nothing but dark. Okay, if you see a little little lightness or whatever, it's just a light bouncing off of it because the paper is warped. Alright. Okie dokie now. That's finished. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to let this dry. Alright. And then I'm going to put, I have to let it totally dry. Then I'm going to put the next part in. Let me fade it. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Draw back a little bit so you can see the total thing. You can pretty much put, let me wash this brush off while I'm talking to you. You can pretty much put whatever you want actually in this and just go from there, all depending on the scale. Okay, let's talk about scale. Right now with the trees far away, obviously they're huge trees, they're monstrous trees, but like I say, they're kind of at a distance. Alright, so if I want to address scale, the actual size of what these trees may look like, okay, compared to a regular human being, okay, one way to show you is what I'm going to do right now. I'm showing it to you just as an example of scale, how you can set this whole picture in your mind to how far away the trees are and how vast this is going to be. Alright, right about here. I gotta get it. It's the same darkness, but I have to make it large enough so where it is somewhat recognizable. Okay, I'm going to put right in here. Gotta get some more water. I'm just using the dark, what's left of it, of the same color paint. Actually, this is too fine. It's not really gripping it the way I want it to. So I'm gonna get the script liner brush. I'm wetting it with water. Okay. Oh, this is the better one. I have a few script liner brushes. This one here is not as worn out as the other one that I favor, that I really like to use. Okay. I'm just getting the color really loosened up. I'm twirling the brush around. This one will do better. Yeah, much better. I am going to put right in here. I'm just getting some more color, twirling it around. It will be a little cottage of sorts. Okay, it even got a little window in there. I have to kind of make him one solid shape, and a shape that you would be familiar with if you're to look at it. Okay, dipping into some more water, getting some more paint. This paint on this little makeshift palette is just about dry. The thinner your paint in contact with the air, the quicker it dries with acrylic, okay? Paint Theory Class 101, you can have that one for free. Okay. Let me put a little chimney in there. Right about there. So I got a little light on. Now, let us zoom in, because I know it might not be recognizable to you. And aim downward. Alright. You see that house? See that house right there? Got a little window sticking out of there. But you see the general shape. I mean, that is the house. Here's the chimney. Okay, front or rear end of the house, doesn't matter which. But you see it's there. Right there. Okay, got a little house. Right there. Right in there. So now you see how large the trees are. Okay, compared to the house. Obviously a house is much larger than a human being. So a human being from that distance by that house would be almost non-existent. He would be just a tiny guy. So, you know, those trees are probably about 75, 80 feet maybe. I would, maybe 50 feet. I think the trees are about 50 feet high. Yeah. Maybe some of the bigger ones might hit about 80. Alright. So that's the scale. Alright. It's like a single cottage, so it's about maybe, what, 18 feet high, maybe? Okay. So let's draw back. Let's draw back. There we go. Straighten out the camera. Let's draw back some more. And lower the camera a little bit. I'll center it the best I can here for you. Alright. And there we be. Now, still generally, well, this is tacky. That's dry. Dry. And it's not watercolor, it's acrylic. So if I put more water on it, it's not going to do nothing but just be wet. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to totally, because this is pretty tacky still, I'm going to let it totally dry. I'm going to peel the tape off once it's totally dry and put the tape right back on it again. Alright. Get it a nice flat surface all over, and we're going to continue again. Alrighty? Alrighty. Hey, okay, we're back. Listen, remember I told you once this dries, it's flat again. It's watercolor paper. Once it fully dries, stretches back out, and it's flat as a board again. Next time it ever gets wet or soaked, it won't bow out anymore. It's the magic of watercolor paper. It's awesome. Okay, I did another major mix of that brown, or not brown, but that dark blue, red and green color. Alright. Now this series of clouds I kind of got from Miss Jane, Painting with Jane. These really nice circular clouds. They're pretty wild looking. Okay, now I'm going to use a little stencil sponge. Okay, and I'm going to just tap in kind of the direction I want the clouds to go in. Something like so. And I'll just twirl it, spin it around a little bit. I pretty much want them to go in that direction. Okay, I'm going to do some more. I'm just tapping right into the paint and just getting the cloud shapes going here. They'll be pretty uneven. They're going to come in a semicircle, pretty much what I'm doing now. Coming to a point. Okay. Kind of haphazard, like some shorter than others. Some kind of overlap. They get larger as they get lower in the page. But still going in that curve, like so. Kind of fade it a little bit on the bottom. Okay. All up in here. Just keep going in that same kind of circular way, like so. Alright, go on the other side, we're going to do it again. Just kind of circle around. Don't want to really make them symmetrically even. Okay. Maybe I'll have one connect, come down and around, like so. And just still continue in that circular motion. Like so. Still just tapping around. Just playing around with it here. Like so. Leave a little space. Put a big one in here. But I'm still let it go in that circular type motion like that. Maybe have one come here. Still continuing in that vein. One right around here. Something like that. Alright. I still think I want some to continue that circle a little bit. I have one come way down here. Just come down. Just string on down there like that. And maybe one in the distance out here. Still in a circular motion. Just roll it a little bit. Yeah. Up here in the top be a little more solid. Give the illusion of it almost being like overhead. So pretty solid on the top. Like so. Okay. Now with these clouds, just pressing it in there. Much like that. Alright. I don't necessarily really want to highlight from the top. I would like to highlight actually from the bottom. Okay, leave the tops in the middle kind of dark. Alright. But all I did was a little stencil sponge. That's all that is. Alright. Usually they're kind of like throwaway sponges. They come in, you know, a pack of 6 to 10 or whatever you want to you find. I kind of like them. And basically, all you do really is just rinse it off. While it's wet, you can just rinse it right off, rinse out the color. And just let it air dry, and you're fine. And for another go around. Okay. Just be kind of delicate when it comes to drying them off. They're pretty much self-drying. Okay. And you just set them somewhere and just let them dry. Alright. That's all I need this little guy for. What you see there. I won't need it anymore. Okay, so I will place it just over here and let it dry. Alright. Some of this is still wet, tacky. So we're going to get on to what I really want to do here. Alright. I'm going to still use the same dark color, because what I'm going to do next is also in silhouette. Remember what I told you about scale, right? Everything's kind of set to scale. This type of painting does not really appeal to many on the boards where I may post this at. You know, they're kind of fickle that way, and that's okay. But I am going to start on this guy. And this guy is going to be in silhouette, but you will know who it is when I'm through. I've drawn this thing for so long, I really don't need a photo reference or anything. I just, quite frankly, just do it by memory. I did it for so long. You know, everything's kind of important when it comes to the outside, the outside edge of this guy. And that's all I'm concerned about right now. It's just the outside outline. Of this fella. Alright. I don't think I'm in your way. No. There. Almost there. Definitely got to get this top part correct. Even though the majority of them, 98% of them is in silhouette, so it really don't matter. Okay. You probably know what it is already. I'm putting the paint on fairly thick. I'll probably dab a little bit of water. Well, let me get to this over here first for a second, because if I don't, I will forget. Like I say, I'm putting the paint on fairly thick. Now when it comes to this part here, there. Okay. Now we'll just continue on. Now I'm going to get a little bit of water, loosen it up a bit. It doesn't take much. Okay, it still maintains its thickness, but I want it to flow. But I still want to maintain that deep color. And even with all of his bulk, the house is still there. you just have to look for it, but the house is still there. Dipping into a little more water. Get some more of that paint going. I always end up needing more paint. But I also don't want to make it so much paint that I don't, I end up wasting a bit. But it's always good to make a little more than you intend to use. Because if not, you end up in a scenario where I'm at right now, where I'm going to end up inevitably making some more paint, which is fine. I don't care, that's fine. Now, I will smooth out some of those scales on the side here. Not going to smooth them out too much, but I'll smooth them out just a little bit. It was a little too craggly. Alright. I believe you guys might know who that is, right? The house I will probably outline a little bit more. But the house is still there. But I definitely got to outline the house. I'll wait for that to dry a little bit. I'll have to mix up some more of the super dark and go over that center part one more time. I won't use this brush. I'll use something a little larger. But let me let that tack up a tad. Okay. I'm going to dip in. This is ivory. It's not white. Let me get a little ivory here. Gonna wet this little fine, tiny little KB Toy and Hobby little brush here. Get a little watery. Just a little bit. I'm gonna outline that house a little bit more. Just a little bit. Give it 2 windows there. Okay, it's the outline of the house right there. But since I did that, I might as well do a little bit of landscaping, just a little bit here and there, just in spots, like a little bit of lights peeking through in spots. I don't want it too even. Matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of that. I don't like it. Maybe where the sunlight peeks through a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of land. Just a little bit. Just like so. Okay, just a little, give it a hint of some kind of land back there. And outline the house a little bit. Alright. Okay. Let's get to his nails. He has, one there. I'm going to put the paint on a little thick. He has one hand up. Put a nail there. Nail higher up. And maybe one going on the inside like that. Okay. Maybe I'll have them both going upward. The thumb would be somewhere around here, but the rest of them be here. One a little bit lower down there, then have it come back up, and one more higher at an angle like that. Like his hands are cupped. Alright. Thumb on that side, thumb on that side. Little 4 fingers there. Okay. Uh, Check this out. This is crazy. Beady little eyes. Just like that. I'll zoom in. I'll zoom in now. You get a little closer look. Okay, see these little beady eyes? Okay. That's all you really need. Alright. For those beady little eyes he has. The smaller, more slanted the eyes, the more imposing and more menacing it looks. Okay. It's teeth time. The paint's thick. I really don't want to water it down too much, but I do have to get it to flow off the brush here. Very lightly. Touch. I have his snout a little wider. Maybe I give him a partially open jaw. Something like so. But I want his mouth a little wider, so I'll make one up here. Something like that. Now, if I don't like it, I'll just blacken it all out. All depends on how I feel. Alright. I still got some paint lingered around over here. Got to put in the oh so familiar back plates. Okay. I'm just dipping into the water, loosening up what little bit of paint I got. Should have added more, but it's okay. That is okay. Back plate right here. And little back plate coming down there. Maybe a little coming up there. Okay. He has his back spines going down his tail. Alright. Very characteristic of this guy. Don't really have to be too maybe one more. Just like that. Like I say, you definitely know who it is. Okay. Let that dry just a tad. I'll go back to my little itty bitty brush because I'll do just a little. I'll use this. I'll use my liner brush. This is my more beat up liner brush. Poor thing. Got the paint got too close to the furrow, so it dries. It splays out a little bit. Kind of got to play with it. But once the paint gets on the tip, it does hold its shape pretty impressively. So I can't be all that angry with it. And I'll give it a few little highlights here and there. Okay. He does have a couple up here. I'll just highlight like he's got a couple hanging around up there. Okay. I might just highlight a little bit into the arm, just a little bit, maybe the inside of his little bit of his chest area here, but not too much. Around here. Just around the outside a little bit. Round it up a little bit. Okay. Underneath his tail will be some of the highlights. The customary bottom frills where they kind of help his tail bend a little bit, maybe around there. Something like that. Bigger ones down here, trailing. Okay. Even all up in under here, the light catches a little bit. Okay, maybe a little bit of his calf muscle out here. He's gigantic. I eat too many Twinkie thighs. A little bit of that in there. All up in here. A little bit of the light catches. All in there like that. Something like that. Okay. Basically all you would need really for this guy. You won't need too much. Okay. But he is backlit a little bit, so maybe a couple around here somewhere. In spots where the light catches a little bit. Alright. It comes down a little bit there. Okay, where else? Maybe a little bit in there. Off his neck a little bit. The side of his snout. Top of his head. A little bit of his brow. Side of his jaw. Just in spots. Really. Okay. I'm looking here. I'm going to get rid of some of those teeth because I want the teeth to come further down. Like that. Alright. Now as I just did that, obviously I would need the darker paint. If I got enough in here, I think I got a nice glob here in the corner. I'll make some of those teeth disappear. Okay. Just a few of them. Maybe I'll make some of those disappear too. It would probably look a little more sinister if I took them all out, but I don't want to take them all out. Something like that. Okay. Yeah. I think that looks pretty cool. Alright. Enough of that. Don't have to do too much of him since he's in shadow like that. Alright, let's get to the fun part, sweetheart. Got another kind of a odd looking brush. Okay. And we're going to continue on. Yeah, I know you hear him. I don't know who's out there. I know I hear a plow. I want to give a little slight highlight to the underside of the clouds a little bit. This paint is the Laura brand craft paint. Okay. So what I'll do for a little bit of highlight on the clouds, almost like a dry brush type of thing. Where I want it a little heavier on the bottom but not so prominent on the top end. So I might want to soften some of that up. So I'll keep it a more of a dry brush type of stroke where you still see some of the underside color. But like I say, I want it kind of strong on the bottom. This brush is a little thick, so I have to be a little careful. It's almost like me putting silver linings on them. This brush is a little too thick for all of that, so what I'll do is I'll just do the broad strokes. I'll do the silver linings on them when I get around to them, when I'm done with the clouds themselves. But as you can see, keeping in with a circular motion. Okay, that's all. Some of them are a little larger than others. Never keep them uniform or even, but always keep going that circular motion with it, and keep with the flow in the direction of your clouds. Okay. But as you can see, the contours, back up a little bit. You see how it comes to life? The contours of the clouds, still keep in motion with them. Like I say, I'm gonna get with even stronger highlight once I get the shading I want out of what I'm doing. And some of these, all they take is just a bright silver lining type of deal, but my linings will come from underneath, from below, not the top. But some of that glow come right off the paper. And you know, as the paint dries, it deepens. And, as the paint evaporates, it deepens. It gets a little duller. Okay, and the color sets in a little bit. But I say this is not white. This is cream color. So it may appear white, but believe me, if you look at it closely, when I upload the picture, you'll see that it's not entirely white. Okay, take a little paint off here. I still want a dry brushy type of effect. Like that. Strong on the bottom, but really wispy at the top. A little roundness to it. All in here. I'm just pressing down a little harder. I still want that wispiness. I want some of that color to still show through. All in here. Just like so. I'm going to keep going. I'm still wiping. I'll wipe off some of the excess. Okay, right around here. And maybe a little bit up here. Maybe have something bow out right out here. Still keeping with that outline. right here. Just like that. Okay. Now we'll rinse this off, dry it, set it to the side. See what time we got here. All right. Where are you? Okay. I'll use the better liner brush. I will not use. I want the silver linings kind of pop, so I won't use water. And all I'm going to do is just give it a little simple outline here and there. Just trail it. Just put it on a little thick. I wanted to really accentuate the curve that these guys are going in, and accentuate at the bottom. Okay, catches the sun or the fire, whatever you want your imagination to think it is. All right. I will even go up into the cloud itself, like so. Like I say, I want them a little thick, so I'm not using any water, no medium, just pure paint. If you got a nervous twitch in your arm, adds to the effect. Yep, I'm gonna put a couple of them twirling red on it in circles, even in here. A couple of little circles in there. Okay, I didn't forget the other side. So I'm just painting it from underneath. Come around. Keep going. Some clouds come in front of the other. Okay, but nothing, no highlight on the top, all on the bottom. All on the bottom here. Go right on in a circle if you got to. All on the bottom. Make some thicker, make some thinner. Don't make anything all uniform. Clouds aren't really that uniform. Okay. And right on around in here. Couple more. Couple more. All in here. Don't want to highlight his tail fins. And then you got the last one. Right here. I'm going to put one right in here like that. And then just highlight this one pretty strong. It's the one back there. Okay. Have it go right into the tail there. Alright. Let's aim backward a little bit. Go way back. And let's bring it down. How's that? It's not too bad for a little creature feature, right? If I even wanted to make it even more ominous, I could still put more depth and darkness into those clouds, even more. So, even if I just dry brushed a few in there. Okay, my paint is like null and void. It kind of dried out. The room is pretty warm. But if I wanted to just wet it up a little bit and just put like a couple of little straggles in there, something like that, little circular streaks here and there, just to darken it up a tad in spots. It will give the illusion of some way in the back there, especially when it dries, because it's got water mixed in with it. Follow me? But still keeping in with that circular motion. maybe in here, darken it up a bit. Like you still got some lingering around, all in here. All I'm doing is just wiping the loose paint, more water than paint, all in here. I want it to be a little dark in there. Just coming around, but everything's still in a circular motion. Basically, I'm just shading in some spots. Okay, so I got a little more darkness in there. All right, and if I wanted to add more water and just glaze all of that, you know, if needed, excuse me, if needed be, you know, if I really wanted to nitpick around, just glaze it, set them back there even more, all in here. Like I say, this is not watercolor, so the color's not coming off. It's just what you're adding on. Alright, that's all. But there you have it. Okay. King of the Monsters going for a lonely little stroll. Would he smash the cabin? Eh, who knows. Leave that up to your imagination. You know. Of course, what's Godzilla without a few birds following them around? They're in the background back there. Just dipping in the water. All I'm using is what little bit of paint I can eke out off of this paper. Okay. I have some flying up around his head here. Okay. You really would have to spot these little guys. But they're hovering around them. Maybe some way in the distance back here. But they're all over the place. And say dinosaurs come from birds. No one really knows what the heck he is. They know he's a reptile, so might be some correlation in there somewhere. Right now I'm just hunting for any little any wet spot of paint. I think there isn't any, which is fine. All I'm doing is piddling around anyway. I'm about done. Okay, so he's got some birds flying all around his head, all in the backpack there. They're just hovering around him. Okay. And I believe that's it. I'll just take the eggshell color and just sign my name and call it a job done. If you like what you see, give me a shout. Run on the timeline on my YouTube channel. If you like to attempt it, you can post it right on my Facebook page, which will be somewhere around this area here. Okay, let me put my name down here, and I will call this done. I will most likely see if my brother wants it, and then I'll just give it to him. If not, it's going to go on with the flowers and the building and everything else. I'll just put it in a plastic wrapper and forget about it. It is January. Gotta get used to putting 17 down now. Alright guys. Just want to do a little something here. Hope you like it. Looks pretty cool. Like I say, if I post it, I won't be a fan favorite. I don't, you know, they think stuff like this is a little bit beneath them. I paint and draw a little bit of everything. So, I used to do a lot of this when I was much younger and everything, you know. But I wanted to do it. My brother might like it. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for taking the time out to look at me drawing a large lizard. I really hope you enjoyed it and all that good stuff. And I will see you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.